Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. And here we are at the end of the week. Who would have believed that another week has just flown by? But it has. And we've gotten to the weekend where we can maybe do few things for ourselves, or we can relax and not have to feel the pressures of work or something like that. Well, I have a suggestion of what you can do. Very practical one, actually. And it's found in Philippians, of all places. Philippians chapter 2, and beginning with verses 12 to 15. Now, here are the specific instructions for your your weekend. Beginning with verse 12, the last half of it. Work hard to show the results of your salvation, obeying God with deep reverence and fear, for God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power that pleases Him. Do everything without complaining and arguing, so that no one can criticize you. Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people. Okay, I know I said it's Friday, it's the end of the week. Got to do something over the weekend. Here's something for you to practice. It starts out by saying, work hard. Now, most people want the weekend to be where they don't work hard, where they get to relax from working hard. But this isn't the same kind of work hard message that you would expect in that case. It says work hard to show the results of your salvation. It's saying here, demonstrate that God has saved you. Now, if you haven't made that decision, well, then I guess it'd be a little hard to do that. But I'm assuming that you have. Or if you haven't, you will. I mean, why not? What else you got to lose by trying it? And this is to work hard at what? At showing the results of your salvation. Demonstrate by your life what it means when your voice said, I want to follow Jesus. Let your life live the words that you speak. A lot of people think you can separate those two, but you can't. Words come from your heart, and that determines how you act. And so it says, work hard to show the results of your salvation, obeying God, and with deep reverence and fear. Well, the word fear there doesn't mean afraid. It means awe and respect and unimaginable joy that God is God and the things that He can do. It says, work with deep reverence and fear for, here's why, because God is working in you, giving you the desires and power to do whatever pleases Him. Now let's break that just a bit. God is giving you a chance. Yeah, it's a real chance. To what? To demonstrate the power and the glory that pleases Him. And how do we do that? Without complaining and arguing. Boy, A lot of people are really good at complaining and arguing. But you know what? You already know that. The real question is, are you one of those who complain and argue? Or are you one of those who just rejoices in what God is doing, even if he needed to do something a lot sooner? Do everything without complaining and no arguing so that no one can criticize you. Wow. No one can criticize you. Well, I can't tell you that nobody's going to criticize you. I mean, that's part of life. If you're in and around people, somebody's going to say something that isn't positive or uplifting. But don't worry about those folks. Why? Because you do everything in a manner that pleases God. Now, that doesn't mean you run roughshod over people or their feelings or their customs and say, well, this is the way we're going to do it, and you beat them over the head. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about finding a way to let the desires and the power in you show up. Yep. It's kind of that simple. Quit your complaining. I know you don't complain all that much, but stop what you do. It says, so that everyone that you meet can live a clean and innocent life. Give of yourself for the benefit of someone else. Now, I know in popular culture, we're supposed to say, hey, it's my time. It's time for me now. I've given and given. Now someone needs to give to me. And the fact is, God is trying to give to you. Maybe you didn't notice it. The fact is that God cares about you and your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbors and everybody around you and the world. He cares about it. And he wants you to live a life that demonstrates that he is alive in you. People who complain all the time are no fun to be around. People who are full of joy are fun to be around. So what do you want to do, good friends, as it says? Work hard and see God in the midst of your works, and then create some others and go do some things that are enjoyable and demonstrate your love for the living God. Well, that's my word for this Friday. You think about it. I bet you there are ways you can do this. I'm positive, I'm confident in you that however you go, you can do it as Philippians is describing. Thanks for listening. If you have a need or a concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet our need. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back next week with a few more messages, a few more thoughts about this walking with God. Take care. Be safe.